Hello, my name's Natalie Owens and I'm Managing Director of Prime Care Home in Derby. We've made this video with the help of some of our service users and some of our staff to show you how we build relationships up with them and how we help them to remain living at home independently.
A registered manager is required within care, and basically we oversee the running of the organisation and to ensure that all the legislation and the legal side of all the documentation and the agency is run correctly. I discuss everything that Prime Care can offer within the client's home and listen to what their needs and requirements are so that we can provide them with the best standard of care. It's really important that you get a really good bond with not only the client but the family as well, because not everybody lives next door. So it's really important that they feel that they can pick the phone up and talk to me at any time if they've got any concerns about a family member. It's not very often, but sometimes you have clients' families that ask to come and meet us before they actually meet the mum and dad. And I think that's lovely, because why shouldn't you come and interview me? Why couldn't you see if we're actually good enough to come and look after your parents? Anybody you let into your home, you've got to trust. And it's not just about possessions, you're letting somebody into your life. It's just about the whole package. It's not just about we're coming in to care for you, we're actually coming into that person's domain. They might have lived there for 30, 40 years, even longer. And most people that come to us don't feel they need care or don't particularly want to have it, because it's all about apprehension. But after a month they feel far more comfortable and they actually like having care. I can't imagine working anywhere else where they didn't have the same passion or vision, because I would find it really uncomfortable when it all comes down to finance and whether people receive the right amount of care.
Every member of staff is now a dignity champion. We have to sign every member of staff up. They have to give a statement to say exactly why they are a dignity champion. It is something that is massively important to us. Again, it just helps underpin the client service side of the business, and it's something that we've done from day one, really. And it's interesting when you hear about people speaking in the industry about the dignity in care and the person-centred approach to care. It's almost like somebody's had an hallelujah moment out there within the industry and gone, this is the way it needs to be done. The most striking thing about that is it's the way that Prime Care have always done it. It's been one of the pillars, one of the main reasons why we've been as successful as we are as an organisation, because we do put, and always have done, put the client right at the centre of everything that we've done. And you know, hopefully on this film you'll see some great feedback from some of the other service users that we've dealt with, so you don't have to hear it from me, you can hear it from them as well.
Prime Care is so good to me. I mean, I've only got to ring up the phone and I know that they're not strangers at the other end. I know them and I can talk to them and explain what I'm needing, and it happens, which is nice. It's not negative at all. It's, if they can accommodate what I'm wanting, you do. Well, basically, although I look reasonably okay as I'm sitting here talking to you, basically Prime Care needs to provide all my needs. I can't do much else on my own, and so I need the carers most of the time to help me to live. Every carer has a strength that I play to. I mean, I love when Sandra comes on a Friday now. She and I knit together, and we have a good time doing that. We do what's necessary, and then we sit and knit and talk. And when I know that Prime Care does a lot of training of its staff, and that brings me a lot of confidence. But there's more to it than that, because you as a company are helping me look after little Leo, and he is a tremendous asset to me, and without him or something else like him being in my house, I wouldn't be able to tick in the same way. But I have now a cat to cuddle and to love and to look after and make sure that he's fine. and to care for, in other words, to care for. So just as you care for me, you also help me care for Leo. And I'm very grateful for that, because some care companies don't want to and won't. I am a person who's basically a perfectionist. So I'm wanting a good standard of life and everything. And that's what Prime Care gives me.
When I go out and I look at the staff either working or I'm assessing clients, so there's two parts to that sort of role that I do really. When we take on a client, if there's any handling involved, I go out on the initial meeting with Emma, and I will generally be the first person on the call as well, and I will introduce the staff members to the client. Only really where there's technical handling, just so that I can ensure that everybody's safe while they're working and everybody understands the client and the routines that they're going to follow. I will then meet them periodically as well, because I will have to go out and reassess it sometimes if there's a client who wants to go out somewhere different, or we assist people to go to hydrotherapy pools, for instance. I have to go make sure that's safe for the staff to do so. So although I might not meet people on a daily basis, periodically I sort of will come out and I will work with people.
I think the one criteria of having a care company involved was the fact that we keep Paul at home. Paul is quite severely ill, and it is important for him, I know it would have been important for him and for me, that he stays in his own home where he's lived for 60 years. And I think that's an important issue for me, and I know in my heart that it would be an important issue for him too. So the carers provide that service, they provide the care service, but they also provide friendship and support for me, who on many occasions feels fairly housebound and without someone to talk to when on bad days, and that is one of the things I really appreciate. So I appreciate the people from Prime Care coming in and being friends and family, as I consider them, because we haven't got very much family, so it's very nice. It's much better to have a small team, a small group of carers to come. They get a better opportunity to get to know Paul in his individuality. It's important to me that they really do know what they're doing, and that I can walk away, go out or in confidence, knowing that he's being looked after, and I've got no concerns about his welfare.
We don't have a very high turnover of staff, like myself, and there's a few others that have been with Natalie not far off from day one. Everybody's different, so once you've got to know that person, it's the little things, the way they like a cup of tea made, or it's the personal things that make a big difference.
Natalie is very good at matching people. She's always tried to match carers to the service users, so that people you're likely to have more in common with, that you can, particularly if you're spending any length of time with them. Things that I need help with has grown over the years. First of all, it's just practical help, like chopping vegetables, getting shopping, bit of housework. Over the years, as my condition has worsened, it's now gone into personal care. And the lady that I'm with, Sandra, has been with me for years. She's great. She's almost like a member of the family. She's an extension of my right arm, and anything that I need doing, she's there. She does it automatically. You don't have to keep going over and over things. I have my own vehicle, and the carers that come to me are insured to drive that vehicle. They are very adept and trained in moving and handling, so they can safely move me, transfer me from my wheelchair to the car and out the car into a wheelchair again. Without them, I'd be totally housebound. So that help is absolutely vital. The office works brilliantly. I don't think in the 10 years I've been with Prime Care that I don't think there's ever been an occasion where they've not been able to help me. My carer comes everywhere with me, my PA, carer, friend, call her what you will. She comes with me to the hospital all the time, attends appointments. I think it's very important for the carers to attend appointments with me anyway, because they learn more about my condition and my needs. So you're not just a number or a client, you're a person. They work very hard to retain your dignity, which is so important. Well, it's not just the everyday practical things, which of course we can't live without. it's the social things too. It's living, it's just having a life. So, for instance, Sandra, my PA, she's been with me to all sorts of family events. She even came with me to Cyprus to my son's wedding, which was amazing, which is fantastic. And I really couldn't have gone unless she'd been with me. I would have missed my own son's wedding. So that's how vital the services are.
We just bounce off each other and work really well.
And that's what Natalie's always done
Yeah.
at Prime Care. She's always tried to match people.
Yeah.
And even before Sandra came, you know, the girls that I'd worked with prior to that always had a good rapport with.
Yeah, we have. I have with all my other service users as well.
Yeah.
What sets Prime Care at home at the top for me is communication, the help, the support, not only for the staff but for our service users as well. Really, I think the crux of it is communication.
All the girls that come, Caroline and all of the girls that come, they're just marvellous. There's just, I can't tell you the difference that it's made to my life and to Amy's life, and that I really do mean. It has made such a huge difference. I mean, Amy looks forward to the girls coming. You know, she's all giggly, they have fun, even if it's just to put to bed, you know, she's all happy and bright, and the girls are just wonderful. I wouldn't be without them.
Okay, girls, so first of all...
Tammy picking the children up.
As soon as Amy smiles, that's it, boom, I'm on.
Oh, hold on, I need to turn my phone off. Oh no, it's the office calling.
It's the New York office.
Yeah.